What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Box of One breakdown. Today we are going to be discussing game three. It's kind of a weird three out because when I said three, the angle looked like a two, but it looked like a V. And it's like, why would I be throwing a V up? How do you throw a V up? This is the Star Trek sign. This would be a V, but people don't throw V's up with two V's. This is how people do a V, but it's also two, so it's kind of confusing. But game three, see, now I'm throwing a five. The microphone still isn't on. It's there for aesthetic purposes, but the aesthetic does help out. Different lighting. It is different lighting. I'm not going to pan and show the outside, but we are recording at an opportune time. It is 3:21, June 12th at the time of recording this video, instead of it being like June 12th at 9:45 p.m. when everybody's trying to sleep and I'm already, not able to communicate as loudly. We don't have that issue today. Game three of the NBA Finals was last night, where we saw Tyrese Halliburton drop 22, 11, and 9 on 9 of 17 shooting to carry the Indiana Pacers past the Oklahoma City Thunder. But he wasn't even the most impactful player last night. Benedict Mathurin going for 27. This was the Benedict Mathurin game. He started off hot. He controlled the tempo in the first half, kept him in it, was a spark in the third quarter, brought him to the end in the fourth. TJ McConnell, 5 assists and 5 steals. I believe he's the first player in NBA history to do both of those at the same time in an NBA Finals game. Miles Turner played great defense against Chet. There's so much to talk about and dive into. First of all, though, I want to say this is what happens when Tyrese Halliburton actually knows how to play against the defense. The 3-shot was on. He was attacking a lot more. Yes, that did lead to some turnovers in the clutch. That was just good defense by Caruso, but still he was attacking a lot more. When Tyrese starts playing good offensively, this entire team gains more confidence, because when you see your leader doing good, that's when you want to do even better. That's when you want to play great for your leader, when he or she is doing good on that team. That was great to see. Miles Turner and Obi Toppin specifically adjusted well to that double big lineup of OKC. That double big lineup gave him a lot of trouble in game two last game. So to see them come out with a lot more aggression and athleticism. Miles Turner had Chet Holmgren in hell. That was a crazy thing. But you got to remember, right? Miles Turner has been on this team since the Obama administration. He playing for something bigger. He was supposed to go to the Lakers. He was supposed to go to the Warriors. He was supposed to go to Boston. There's so many teams that were supposed to get Miles Turner, and they never did. The Pacers, remember, they were supposed to get DeAndre Ayton and probably send Miles Turner to Phoenix. Never happened. So the fact that he's been here since 2015, he is a homegrown talent on Indiana. These guys are playing for something different. Again, TJ McConnell was just incredible. Kind of that role Caruso played in the OKC series for the Thunder is what TJ McConnell is doing in this OKC series for the Indiana Pacers. He is providing that spark off the bench, that quick scoring, that defensive intensity. That is their hustle guy. And TJ McConnell, he was somebody who did it on Philly. He's somebody who's done it across the entire course of his career, but he's really found a home in Indiana. Great stuff for TJ there. SGA is an interesting thing. He statistically plays the worst in game threes, I believe. SGA averages like 21 or 22 points in game threes in the playoffs, and then every other game he's averaging at minimum 27, at most 35 points per game on great shooting. This is beyond SGA just having a rough stretch, right? When you have guys like Nembhard, Mathurin, etc., making it tough for him defensively, Neesmith, you have guys that are not letting him get into rhythm. Dyson Daniels said it before the game. To stop guys like SG, and I think this is true for guys like SGA, I think this is true for guys like Jokic. When you have a guy that is going to cook his defender in a one-on-one space, you have to throw different looks routinely. You have to throw doubles. You have to make scoring a challenge for him. Because we saw at the end of that game how tired the Oklahoma City Thunder were. And this is a Pacers team at home who really has not lost in the playoffs except to the Cleveland Cavaliers, if my math is correct. Yeah, the only team the Pacers lost in the playoffs to at home, I believe, was the Cleveland Cavaliers, and maybe they dropped one against Milwaukee. I'd have to check that. But this is a Pacers team that is extremely well at home, and when they smell blood in the water, they're going to finish the job. Am I saying the Pacers? Somebody is calling me. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Adam Silver just called me to let y'all know it is still Thunder and 7. I'm joking. He didn't call me. But as I was saying, I kind of don't remember what I was saying, but I was talking about stopping SG, and you have to throw multiple guys at him. And this is a Pacers team that smells blood in the water. I'm not saying the Pacers are going to win tomorrow, but I think when you have a Thunders team that was drained, pause if needed, after that game 3, and then from there only has a one-day turnaround, they play tomorrow at this time, I think things could get really interesting. SGA is going to put the team on his back. He's going to make sure that he makes the proper adjustments. But the thing that's different from this and the Oklahoma City Thunder series versus the Denver Nuggets is that The Nuggets had holes that could be exploited, right? The Clippers, the Thunder didn't even play the Clippers. I'm talking about the Wolves, excuse me. Both those teams had holes they could exploit. They had guys that weren't fully healthy. I'm not taking anything away from the Thunder when I'm just talking about Aaron Gordon in Game 7, but even beyond that, right? The Nuggets did not have the best perimeter defense. They just did not have the depth that was exposed. The Wolves got exposed offensively because the Thunder just put an insane defensive gridlock on them. The Pacers are a team that can match this team in the mud. And I think that's the frustrating thing for the Oklahoma City Thunder, because when I was watching the start of that Game 3 last night, I said the Thunder look like they're in control in every single possession. For the Pacers, looks like a response. It doesn't look like they're in the driver's seat. But the Pacers are cool with that. They're cool with being down 5 to 10 going into the fourth quarter, because that's when they turn it on. They are a clutch time team. After a loss, both of these teams in this playoffs this year are 5-0. So it's going to be really interesting to see which one of these guys, which one of these coaches makes adjustments first. But I'm thinking, man, I think the Pacers can get this one done in 6. I had Pacers at 7. I'm gonna put the who had it? Who had Pacers in 7? Let me not get too excited. Let me not get too excited. But I've been through a lot on the podcast this year, so I need this one. I need this one. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I need this one, but still, I think Indy can at least win Game 4. I think it's not impossible, even if the Pacers go up 3-1, to say the Thunder can come back down 3-1 and win. Because when you have a guy like an SGA, when you have Case and Wallace, Luke Dort, Chet, J-Dub, all these guys are finding their rhythm now. It's hard to deny a team that talented. But I will say, if it comes to getting wins out the mud and getting a championship out the mud, I'm picking the Indiana Pacers. Incredible Game 3 performance last night. This is what happens when Tyrese Halliburton is on, and I keep saying it. As long as he's on this Pacers team, we'll be fine, and I think they can beat anybody in the league. Only time will tell how this final series plays out. With that being said, though, guys, that is going to do it for us today. There is like a blower outside, like a leaf blower. So if y'all heard a little background noise, that's what it is. But again, as always, if you enjoy the content, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow all of our socials in the description for more Rois, more Marcus, more Samajai, more Daniel, and more Joachim. That is myself from BoxInOne. Stay tapped in with the TikTok, the Instagram, more content on there as well. Again, as always, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we will see you all in the next one.